Babe, are you making the cake?
Here we go. We are live. Welcome, everybody, to the greatest wrestling podcast in the world, the Oversell podcast. We are one day out from the Royal Rumble, and it was absolutely amazing. Amazing. I'm here with my man, Scythex, and the captain himself. We are going to recap and give you our thoughts and everything on the Royal Rumble, on the premium live event that the WWE put on. We have a lot to go over tonight. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, boys?
We also may see the captain get punched in the face by his wife.
I just
want
to see how far I can push the envelope here, boys and girls. This is what's going on. I'm asking my wife for a lot of things, and I want to see what she gets. Hold on a second. But I'm very excited to be here. The Rumble was good. Zoop, excited to be here with you. Scythe, what's going on, boys? We had a lot of things going on last night to celebrate today. I got a cake. Then I'm going to be feeding the golem inside my stomach. I got a Sprite, and I got my house shoes. I'm not going to eat those, but I got them on. My feet are warm. I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm going to ask for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. My wife's going to drop kick me on the spot on camera. So if everything falls over, What?
Oh, man.
All the bandanas over here. Oh, my God, babe. No. I forgot to ask you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No.
What?
You got cake.
Are you serious?
You got cake.
No, but that's not healthy. Peanut butter and jelly is much healthier.
No, it's not.
You don't love me?
I love you, but no.
Are you serious?
You already had one. And then you had dinner.
I know, but I just want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Remember what you just said?
We need to talk about the Rumble.
Oh, what happened? All right. You know what? We're live right now, and the people are going to hear you say no
I
to
don't
me.
care.
You don't care?
You're eating cake.
You don't care about me? They heard it.
I
You know
didn't
what?
say that. I do
It's-
care about
no,
you
it's-
because I'm saying no.
It's fine. I'm going to call Alexa Bliss. I'll find her.
Wait.
I'll find her.
Oh, man. Well,
All right. Well, good
one
news.
start to the podcast, as
Good news,
always.
I'm alive. Good news is I'm alive. I am alive.
Oh, man. So, what was everybody's overall thoughts on the Rumble? Give me your let's get a rating out of 10 for for the whole event.
Scythe is going to go 4.8 because he always goes
No.
extremely low. So
No.
I'm going to go overall. Overall on the whole pay-per-view, I'm going to give it an 8.2.
That was my score, dude. That was it. My God.
I'm a little higher. I'm about an 8.7 on this
Can you
one.
talk about your drug use on camera? Is that a thing?
What was that, Mumbles? No one can understand you because you have a mouthful of cake, you wacko.
Can you talk about your drug use on camera? Is that okay?
Nah, 8.7.
I mean,
I'm a little higher, but listen, talk to me, bro. 8.7?
8.7. Just below a 9.
Sideways.
Just below a 9.
I'm at an 8.2. Same with the captain. That was going to be my number. I wasn't sure if I was going to go with it, but my biggest issue with the Royal Rumble, which knocked it down a few pegs for me, was the Royal Rumble wasn't the feature event to its own show, and that was a problem for me. They completely made the Rumble secondary to a Bloodline storyline, which was fantastic, but it's the Royal Rumble. It's one night a year, and they made it secondary to a storyline, which I thought wasn't the best idea.
So let's get into that real quick, because the first matchup was the men's Royal Rumble, and over the past couple of years, since they added the women's Royal Rumble in I think this was the 6th time They've done the women's and the men's. They've alternated who opens and who closes the show. If I'm not mistaken, in the past 6 years, this is the first time that one of the Rumbles didn't close the show. Right? It opened with the men's Royal Rumble. We got, this match out of the actual Royal Rumble matches, this was up there as a really, really, really good one from the past 10 years. It's been one of the better Royal Rumbles that we've seen because they didn't fill it with a bunch of random ass legends that get thrown out after doing a one little gimmick thing, and they kept it really. Yeah, they had one, but there was a couple of years ago where there was 7 or 8, and it was you have all this talent on the roster. Why are you not showcasing them in the Rumble? And instead, you're bringing out all these 70-year-old dudes to be like when Tatanka came out a couple of years ago. Do we really need to see stuff like that anymore?
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. It's Tatanka.
It's Tatanka, but I don't need to see 80-year-old Tatanka, coming down to the ring when you got Seth Rollins and guys like KO. Well, KO wasn't in the Rumble this year, but Seth Rollins and Gunther and Sheamus and all these guys, and then you get a random Booker T. Okay, it was cool seeing Booker, but
it felt like creative whoever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It felt like they knew they needed to give us headline names. They needed to make it a big event. They needed to make it so we didn't get the, when Otis and Gable are the 2 worst in a Rumble and you only get 2 of them, and Gargano, you're in pretty good shape.
I thought Gargano looked great in the Rumble, though.
No, he did, but that's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm saying. When that's the worst, we're doing really good.
Absolutely.
So I felt like that's what we got. It's what we needed. We didn't need NXT stuff. It would have been awesome. We had a take last night on if there was an NXT of who we would want to see, right?
There's only 2. There's only 2 from NXT. It's Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller right now. Right now, those are the only guys I think that would be ready enough to be able to jump up to the main roster. That you could have given them a Rumble showing to. Other than that,
I was surprised they didn't have what's his name? Oh my god. One who just came up from NXT. Tommaso, yes.
I think he's injured, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'm pretty sure Tommaso Ciampa's injured. I
thought that to myself because it would have been a good way to kind of springboard him.
Wow, and he's a Triple H guy too. Triple H loves that dude.
Yeah, just to show he's like a Cesaro to me. He's like a undersized guy with freakish strength and a crazy build, right? He has this weird dominant thing. Pretty dope. But yeah, I thought the match overall, every single person that was coming out, that we were going through. Gunther, Sheamus, The Miz, Kofi, that's your first 4. You're like, that's pretty good. Then Gargano and Woods, Cross and Gable, right?
Yeah.
McIntyre, Escobar, Dawkins, and then they hit you with Lesnar, Lashley.
Yeah, which is wild.
And then Corbin got destroyed by Lesnar.
It was the Rumble of the big men.
It was the Rumble, yeah. I'm saying Seth Rollins, Otis comes out. Even Elias. Elias is still a big dude. Finn Balor, Booker T, Montez Ford has energy through the roof. Edge, Austin Theory, Amo, Strowman. It was a good pool of guys, and it's funny because we all joke with each other, and we're like, "Yeah, you're gonna get Blue Meanie, you're gonna get Santino Morelli," but it's pretty cool that we didn't get the bullshit gimmick person. Mm-hmm. We just got wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that about it.
Yeah, if the craziest gimmick is shush, then we're in good shape.
Yeah. Honestly, the only gimmick guy that came out is is Booker T, really, right? You know,
Yeah.
talk about the Rumble.
Gave us a spinneroonie and got eliminated.
I think the showing of the Rumble was Gunther.
Oh yeah,
Gunther 100% broke the record for most time in. Looked absolutely amazing. There was never a point in that match where you didn't see where Gunther was.
Yep.
He was front and center that entire match, spot after spot after spot, and he really showed why he's the ring general. Like he got over without winning the Rumble.
Yeah,
major accomplishment.
Which is a major accomplishment. That just shows you how good Gunther really is. And like I know, like we at the beginning of the match, we were kind of ragging on him because he's kind of got like a weird look to him, and he's just kind of like whatever, and you're not really excited about him, but he like makes you want to watch him. Like those stiff chops that he's giving guys, and just the way he like stalks the ring,
The Gunther character.
I became a big fan of him. Side, what do you think?
Yeah, the Gunther character, I was never a fan of. I always thought he was boring. I think his faction's boring to me. But I was so impressed with his performance last night, and the fact that, like you said, he was in the ring for what was it, an hour and 45 minutes? That Rumble was, maybe longer. That was an impressive display. And I mean, I became a fan of him for that moment. He really put on a show, and I was more rooting for him than rooting for what we thought was going to happen, which ended up happening.
Yeah. And I think that also plays to why the men's Royal Rumble was first. I am almost 100% sure at this point, after watching the rest of the card, that the men's Royal Rumble went first because they knew they might go over and they can cut from the rest of the card then. Because the event went over as it was. So you can only imagine. I think that's why they did it. That's why they scheduled it this way. But going back to it, we had some great high spots. First off, the beginning of it started slow. Like we said, it was big man after big man after big man, slowly getting them out one at a time. The Brock Lashley feud is in full effect. We're going to get Brock versus Lashley at WrestleMania for the 9 billionth time. Like, I don't know, man.
I'm glad it's not Brock and Roman, man.
I mean,
let him have Ashley or Lashley.
Yeah, but I just don't want to see Lashley anymore. I'd rather see Brock and Braun.
I don't want to see either
Brock and Braun.
The only reason why I want to see Brock and Braun is because both of them actually beat the hell out of each other physically.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fun. I don't want to see either of them. I'm tired. I mean, didn't you see Brock's comments? Someone asked him about wrestling, and he said after his last loss, he retired from WWE. He just wanted to be in the Rumble.
I don't think so, though, because he came back at SmackDown. I mean, at Raw. And interrupted the thing. They created a storyline with him where he's now him and Lashley are going after each other. We'll see what happens. I mean,
I was like a little confused.
Yeah, tomorrow's Raw, so I'm sure we'll get some more clarity on that anyway. But that's a storyline that we
big Raw.
This Rumble match gave us like 4 different storylines that we've got going forward. Like wild, right? So you got the Brock and Lashley storyline that we don't know. Like you said, he made the comments, so maybe that's not going to be a storyline going forward. You got Gunther pretty much getting over without winning the Rumble, right? Logan Paul returns.
It's crazy.
That was huge.
Which was huge. Had one of the most insane spots.
That move, man. That move, him and Ricochet. Holy shit, dude.
I've never seen it
springing off the top rope and connecting with each other was
insanity.
It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
We also had Condom, and apparently he beat the shit out of Mysterio, which eventually I think we found out he was injured.
Yeah, he wasn't even slated. It was they actually went in on purpose. I just read today they went in with 29. They weren't going to replace him, and they were going to use it as a spot, like to get his son over, like he beat him up in the back. That's why he came out with the mask.
Yeah.
But it was just to further the condom Rey Mysterio thing, knowing he wasn't going to be in it at all.
Which a lot of that doesn't even the condom Rey Mysterio thing. First off, condom's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't stand this.
Is there anything worse?
It-
Is there anything worse?
horrendous.
It's so bad. I mean, I know it's supposed to be bad on purpose, but it's also just like bad. Like it doesn't even make me want to watch this kid. He's terrible in the ring. But then you also have this weird secondary storyline going with Karrion Kross wanting to like take Rey Mysterio's mask and like go after Rey Mysterio. I don't know if this sets up Karrion maybe joining Judgment Day.
He should. He needs to.
I mean, it would be a
Needs
it would be a bad move.
This character fits Judgment Day.
Bro,
Yeah, it's kind of the same aesthetic.
Let me tell you,
know?
as bad as Roman Reigns needed Heyman, he needs a faction that's going to talk on his behalf and let him be the enforcer because he is awful right now.
Yeah.
His entrance is sick. His
It's one of my favorites.
appearance is sick. When he gets in the ring, I'm watching grass grow. Sorry,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, it sucks, but he needs them, and maybe they can bring them back.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. It's tough because that's when I was so confused by the whole like condom taking his father's mask, but then Karrion Kross comes out. It's just like, on SmackDown, literally the night before, Karrion had a match with Ray, and he's doing this whole thing with the tarot cards with Ray's mask on him, and he's gonna this, that, and the other thing, and it's very confusing what's going on with that storyline. Moving forward, like we said, the Ricochet Logan Paul spot was one of the highlights of the Rumble match. 100%. That spot's going to be being played in replays for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Logan Paul does it again. This guy is unbelievable that he's able to. First off, he's coming back off a complete ACL repair and then does
way
that.
sooner than he should be. Way sooner than he should be back.
And he does that. Like, that's a crazy move to be coming back off of a knee repair job, and getting into the storylines, he threw Seth out, and Seth was not happy about it.
Nope.
Yep. I tell you,
that's going to be a fantastic match.
It will be a fantastic match. I think it's one that it's disappointing to me because I want Seth Rollins to win the title again. This creates a more fun match. I think we all can agree Logan Paul and Seth Rollins will be a very dynamic match.
Absolutely.
We're going to have a lot of fun watching it. Logan Paul is going to put himself through whatever he's going to do. And Seth Rollins, the crowd's going to go nuts because after this, that spot of him throwing it out, the crowd, he became an instant villain right then and there.
100%.
I mean, the crowd crushed Paul.
Yeah.
Because listen, I mean, for all intents and purposes, we wanted Seth there at the end, so it was definitely something that we got. He made it far, but we got robbed a little bit of, but it's fine. He'll have.
But it sets up a WrestleMania storyline that we got
to be the villain, and that was the perfect way to make him the villain.
Yeah,
even further than he has been.
He's just super suspect on the mic, which is very odd to me, but he's. I figured he would be like, because both Paul brothers talk a lot of shit. So I just assumed he would be dynamite on the mic. And it's almost like so outside of his element that he's not.
Maybe that's exposing something about the Paul brothers, that maybe all their mic skills in the boxing ring might be pre-scripted.
Yeah, maybe Jake Paul's just better than Logan Paul, but
I mean that's true too.
And it's it is what it is, but like you're when you're YouTube sensations and you're behind a mic, it's a lot different than listen, it's like the early days Roman Reigns effect, right? It's easy when you're in the Shield and you're dynamite because you're not the one talking, you're just the one beating ass. When you have to get in the mic in front of a live crowd and now there's a promo, now you're like, oh boy,
and you're
right?
And majority of that promo is improv.
And 100%. I mean, listen,
and you're getting instant feedback. It's like
Instant.
you can hear the crowd shift. Boo,
Yup.
yes, yeah, hello, whatever's going on.
Yep.
So, it's a different skill set. It's a completely different skill set
Yeah,
than
no
what
doubt.
he's
Listen,
used to.
I want to ask you about just really quick with Gunther, the both of you.
Mhm.
It's pretty apparent they got to push this guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen here? What do you think happens?
I think he's the push after WrestleMania.
After?
Really?
Yeah.
After?
Yeah, I think he's going to be the push after WrestleMania because we'll get into the bloodline stuff later on, but I don't him having the Intercontinental Championship right now, and this showing, I think he's got to finish out that run to WrestleMania with the Intercontinental Championship and then go after the bigger title. And I think it's just going to take a little bit more time, but I could see him being like whatever ends up happening with the titles at WrestleMania, he's going to go after one of them after that. I think.
I could see that. I forgot he had the title, so yeah, he's probably going
For
to
a long
finish
time.
out with the
By
title.
the way, he was.
And
Go ahead.
the other thing is if Cody, well, let's bring up Cody Rhodes, right? Cody Rhodes returns, wins the Rumble. Your man Zuplex here called it and also got him in the Royal Rumble pool.
That was an easy call, though, my guy. That was an easy call.
Listen, I called it on like episode 2 of the Oversell podcast. I called it a long time ago.
Because they've been milking promos for that long.
Bro, it's
like
like
before they
it's
started
like
making promos.
it's almost as honestly, bro. It's like watching The Walking Dead, and you're looking at your friend and saying, "Bet a zombie pops out." Come on, bro. Like, of course a fucking zombie pops out, asshole. We know a zombie pops out. We're watching The fucking Walking Dead. I mean, once we all
knew he was coming. We all knew he was going to win.
Listen,
nobody's surprised by it.
That was the one thing, man. I told you.
They screwed it up.
Listen, a few years back when they brought Batista back and he won the Rumble, the crowd destroyed them because it was too predictable that Batista was going to win. They were giving it to him. Every time somebody pops up and they give it to that person and you feel like they're the prohibitive favorite, it's a turn off to the hardcore fans, right?
I mean, he still got a pop, though.
No, he's going to listen. The fact of the matter is this with Cody, whether or not people love him, hate him, at this point, the dude has earned his stripes.
Yeah, he's over. He's completely over.
It doesn't matter where he is.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, he left and helped create a brand new company off of the premise that he was nothing more than Stardust, right? Like, to him, he was like, "F you, I'm a great wrestler from a great family with pedigree, and I'm going to do this. I don't care if you think I can or not." And he did it. And he was great in AEW. And when he was going to come back, the whole thing about Cody Rhodes coming back was he had never been a champion. His family, no one in his family ever held the championship, the heavyweight championship.
Yeah.
And he wanted to bring the title back, and that's exactly why Dustin Rhodes, after he won, I don't know if you saw what Goldust tweeted, but Goldust tweeted, "Get it done, brother," or
there we go.
Finish the job, brother. And it was one of those things where, I'm totally good. Like, if Cody's the one to beat him, great, dude. There's a storyline, cool. It's not somebody that I'm like, oh, here we go, fucking Bobby Lashley. They got to give a push to. Like, no, it's Cody Rhodes has earned it, bro. I mean,
it's the right time for the right push.
It sucked. It's this kind of sucked. It's like let Seth Rollins win or let Gunther win, right? Like have it be, bro, something crazy, and let him win at the Elimination Chamber, right? Like, let us have a wow factor at the Royal Rumble. So we're surprised.
I think you got to give Cody the Rumble. I think you just don't spoil it by saying he's coming back at the Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't spend the last 2-3 weeks promo after promo after promo of him coming back, and let it
It
be a
got played
surprise.
out quickly, and
Like how great was Edge's surprise that when he came back and won the Rumble? Like there's some rumors and this, that, and the other thing, but those rumors always don't come true. And Edge's return to the Rumble is probably the biggest Royal Rumble return of all time.
That pop when he came back was
that
was amazing,
insane. So, and him winning the Rumble then was really, really a special moment. So if they just buried the lead up to this and then made it number 30, boom, his music hits, it's a much bigger deal. This, I agree. Everybody kind of knew once you started seeing the promos of Cody, everybody knew that he was going to win the Rumble. And it was, I think it was a mistake on their part. But here's the thing. We all knew it. But the ending of that match with him and Gunther was such a war.
Sick.
That it didn't care that we knew it because we got something so special at the end of that match, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
It was a whole match.
It was a whole match. And that's why I think Gunther goes post WrestleMania, because if Cody wins the belt off of Roman, now you got a storyline with Gunther and Cody that at the Royal Rumble, Cody beat Gunther. You know?
It's odd to me, but I feel like what happened after that was they put Gunther so over that he can actually have a storyline with anybody at this point, because
absolutely.
You know, it's like you look at him and this is a heavyweight. Like this is it. This is a heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know, so whoever comes out of it, you can see him being a like stereotypical heel from, you know, an international heel, right? Because we always see the Iron Sheik. We always see these villains, right? You could just see it. Gunther being a super villain with a belt, and super villains are so much better with belts than heels.
Yeah,
like
he's like Luger.
Yeah, literally. It's you know, so it's pretty dope. You know, I think it was great. We saw a match on top of a match. That Paul spot with Ricochet was sick. I love the fact that Lesnar got thrown out early when everyone thought he was going to completely clear the ring.
Yep.
I thought they spread the eliminations around pretty good.
There was no one that was so dominant, like super dominant in the match. You know,
I mean, look, Gunther. The guys who had elims were Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Edge, Austin Theory, Braun Strowman, Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes. They spread it out pretty well.
They spread it out pretty well. It was a very even Royal Rumble as far as like talent in the ring wise. I was a little upset that the spot got blown with Kofi and Woods. Because I'm sure, like, it sucked.
Kofi, I think he legitimately got hurt, it seemed.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems he legitimately got hurt. And they were trying to save it a little bit, but there was no saving that.
Is he getting too old for his Royal Rumble tricks?
Nah, I think it was just a misplay of the chair.
Last year, he botched it, too.
Listen,
he like slipped on a railing or something, didn't he? And
bro, have you ever watched Red Bull Extreme Sports? What happens when the guy jumps out of an airplane and it's successful? The next thing is he jumps out of a spaceship in outer space.
This is what I was going to say.
This is legitimately, I'm saying it because that's what happened, right?
Yeah, he's got to keep up in the ante.
And now they're in a spacesuit, and the next thing, Kofi Kingston is gonna, you know, he's gonna jump from the top rope into the stands, and a fan is gonna catch him. Like the fact of the matter is they're getting to the point where, unfortunately, the things that he's attempting are almost impossible to complete. So they're like, well, fuck it. You're not winning it anyway, so just give it a shot, right? If you hit it, it's a wow factor. If you don't, you're eliminated, right?
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody. So they're just sort of telling them to try it, and they just have to make sure, because he is getting a little older. He's not an old guy, but he's been around a long time. It is something to say that you don't want him to try something so risky that he's injured out of in-ring action. you know. So like yesterday, it looked like he was with the chair very close to the edge of the table, and it turned over, and God forbid, like he hits himself.
It looked like he hit his head on the table.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
You want shit to be crazy, but you also don't want him to like be gone, you know. And this is, and it happens all the time, right? Where a freak accident happens. I mean, look at Cody and Seth. He tore his pec in a crazy match, doing crazy things. They're pushing it to the limit. Two epic wrestlers, and then we didn't get to see Cody for months and months, right? So you don't want to take somebody out of action and like and lose another storyline. So that's all.
Yeah.
Brad,
Butters
what's going on,
says,
brother?
what's up, Brad? Butters says Gunther was a last minute change in the Rumble result. Inside information.
Gunther was a last minute change for when?
For the Rumble. So it wasn't supposed to be Gunther and Cody, or Gunther was supposed to win and they changed it to Cody. Butters
or
with
maybe the spot.
Inside information that he keeps bringing up.
I know.
Or maybe it could just be the spot. You know, it could be the spot.
Could just be the spot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, though. Again, like we've talked about it, Gunther's over. He got so over without having to win the match. And that Royal Rumble really brought us a lot of good stuff to move forward with into the road to WrestleMania. We're officially on it, boys, and that brings us into our next match, which I think was my favorite match of the night, to be honest with you, is the dark match, the pitch black match. I felt like it got cut a little short. I think it got cut a little short because I think the men's rumble went long. But who is better than Bray Wyatt right now?
Nobody.
That match was incredible. And what a unique way to do a dark match. Like using the black light, because none of us, we said it yesterday, none of us knew how the pitch black match was going to be. Was it just going to be complete darkness? Like nobody knew. And the fact that they used black lights and they put little things in the tables so when it got hit it would explode these bright colors. Like it was just like a fun match to watch. It was very enjoyable aesthetically.
If Bray Wyatt's not, if his matches aren't like this all the time, I'm riding.
Yeah, 100%. There should be no other way.
It was epic.
I want a pitch black pay-per-view. Just the whole night is like that. You
I will tell you right now.
Bray.
When he first is like upside down with the face paint on, and you realize that he's got this face paint that's activated by the black light, you're like, oh, it was such an amazing reveal. And you were just like, oh, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. He's got the fangs on the teeth and the contacts and everything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our man One Shot who has joined us. I was waiting until he finished eating.
Real quick. The Bengals just tied the game 2020.
Wow.
So, One Shot, it's good to see you in your fur coat. Welcome.
Thank you.
It was we're gonna start this out friendly. Okay. Keep your comments to yourself and I won't have your mic turned off. Okay, welcome.
I got some clips. We'll just replay those.
For everybody who wasn't with us last night or is going to watch this later on, when you're wondering what I'm talking about, I have magical powers. Only thing I can't get done is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich by my wife, but everything else I can, and it happens. And when I put into the atmosphere, it comes into fruition. So last night, our resident grizzly bear, One Shot, was talking shit as always, and it's funny because I say as
you can't say as always because I don't talk.
Yeah, but when you do, it's talking shit. So, so obviously, I gave a phone call to my buddies over at Facebook and StreamYard, and I told them shut this motherfucker down, and they shut his mic down, and he was trying to talk, but he couldn't. And it was like top 4 Royal Rumble moments, right? It was Ricochet Paul, it was the Bloodline, it was Bray Wyatt, and it was no Mike from One Shot. So we got it all last night.
Is that your order, actually? Actual?
Alexa Bliss butt cheeks. Go ahead. Next.
Any blonde entering the room.
Any blonde.
Didn't matter who.
Didn't matter who. Yeah, the dark match.
But he hates blondes.
But he hates blondes. I'm not into blondes, guys. Look at Alexa Bliss. Look at Lacey Evans.
That Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ace.
We got Uncle Howdy doing the drop in the elbow off the top, explosions. LA Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, look, LA Knight was cannon fodder in this match. It didn't really matter who was going up against Bray. This was just to showcase Bray's new persona, and you saw all the characters from the Firefly Funhouse.
Did you see how far off he was on missing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was far away.
There's a fan video they shot, and it was so fucking bad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming with the lights out and that mask on, he was having problems. It's like he didn't fall off the whole thing.
The angle they showed us was from the floor pointing up at him jumping. Yeah. They didn't show him actually hit him, and
it still looked like he was off. Yeah.
Yeah, we could tell he wasn't even close.
But when Bray transitioned to that mask, right? With the black light, like this whole new persona of him, we don't know what he's calling it yet, but it's like he just keeps evolving this character more and more every time we see him, and I just love every damn minute of it.
Another low-key spot that was epic was when he put on the mask and turned around, and LA Knight hit him over the head with the kendo stick, and he just kept going.
Just walked.
He just tanked them all.
Oh, it was unreal, bro.
He tanked every kendo shot.
It was wild.
Yeah,
wild. He's the modern day Undertaker. Like we talked about it a couple episodes ago, where we're kind of getting like reimaginations of previous like Attitude Era wrestlers here, and he's the modern day Undertaker. He just is. You know.
Yep.
I mean, the Undertaker kind of made that happen.
Yeah, I mean, he passed the torch to him. Yeah, he definitely passed the torch to him. But
so, can you explain that to me very, very quickly? Just you guys keep saying that, and obviously, the American Badass came out, whatever he whispered in his ear. But did we get an actual passing of the baton? Like, why do you keep saying that?
No, well, I mean, because
it's implied.
It was symbolic. Yeah, you know, the Undertaker because the Undertaker had LA Knight by the throat and threw him to Bray. Just kind of being like, just picture LA Knight being like, all right, this is, you know, I'm throwing you the baton, basically. LA Knight's the baton. Think of it in those terms, you know. But he whispered in the ear, and the Undertaker's been very cryptic on Twitter. Every time people keep saying, like, what did Bray ask? He keeps doing different things.
Bray had an interview and he said that whatever was said between the two of them, only him, Bray, God, and the devil will know.
Yeah.
He said he'll take it. Nobody else will.
Listen, do you think it was the, you know, this is now your business, kid. This is your gimmick, kid, or, you know, one of those things. I don't know, man. I could have seen that. I could have seen that years ago when they fought at Mania, right? And they had their moment. I could have seen that when The Fiend won the belt. I could have seen that, but like now, Undertaker's retired. We get the American Badass. It's not the same to me as Taker, the dead man.
So here's the thing.
You know,
I think he came out as the American Badass at that point to kind of show that even Taker himself was able to reimagine himself a few times. Because we got different versions of Taker also.
Okay. We definitely did.
I think that was also part of the symbolism that he was trying to give off to Bray, is that like you can reimagine yourself in different ways and, you know, just be true to what you're trying to do and it'll still work type of thing. And Bray's been good like that. you know, and now you're seeing like Bray come out, like all the promos leading up to Rumble weren't Bray as this new character. They were just Bray as like a regular dude being like, yeah, you know, like my friend died. I was in a real dark place. I'm coming back and blah, 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 blah. And then LA Knight started pushing him. And he got towards that edge. And now he's dipped over. So he's able to be Bray. But then when he gets tipped to that edge, now he's this new thing that we don't even know what they're calling it. So
Who's Bray's next victim?
it's a good question.
I know. I ask good questions.
Is there? I mean, do they keep going with LA Knight?
How?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who else Bray's next victim would be though. Like,
Do they have him beat LA Knight up so many times that it's like, you know, he puts LA Knight into retirement? I mean, I don't understand.
I don't know.
I can't see. This is exactly what's wrong with Bray Wyatt's character, because year after year, time after time, creative has failed to give him a line of success that we could see. And Bray Wyatt deserves better. And this is exactly what we get. And Bray Wyatt is dominant. He's always been dominant since the second he stepped in as Bray Wyatt and the leader of the Wyatt family. This is exactly what it's been for him. So every time I ask someone the next question, they're like, oh yeah, I really don't know. You know, and it's like, how don't you know? How can we figure out Cody Rhodes, who disappears for fucking 10 years, right? But we can't figure out Bray Wyatt, who's amazing. It's not right.
I think
it's not right.
I think the difference here is that like he debuted a new persona to him. So now we have to wait until SmackDown. More than likely SmackDown. I don't think he's going to be on Raw because he's a SmackDown guy. But
I think everyone's on Raw tomorrow.
I mean, you might be right. Yeah, that's possible also. But I mean, we'd have to wait till this week to see where that persona is going and who his next victim is going to be. I don't think I think it's just a matter of like they debuted him with LA Knight, right? With an amazing debut, because we can all agree that this was a fantastic showing. Like it really, really had our wheels turning. Like, what is going on? Like, this is wild. Like the black lights and the face paint and the mask and the characters and Uncle Howdy, and like we still don't know if him and Uncle Howdy are going to be like a tag team now, like, or a faction. Or
what if they have Bray go after the Intercontinental and take it from Gunther at Mania?
I mean, that's possible also.
Bray's not a heel. Bray's not a heel,
Bray's not a heel or a face, right?
No, that's what I was gonna say. He's like neither here nor there. How can you have him go up against Gunther, who's a heavyweight that you just had last with all the greatest wrestlers in wrestling for so long, and not give him a title shot, but say, unless Bray takes the belt off him to just get gold around his waist, and then they move Gunther on to the next storyline.
That was my point. Like it's Gunther's out to
rumor
pursue
is
the heavyweight title.
Seth Rollins,
or a theory. Rumor is Bray feud is either Seth Rollins or Theory.
I wouldn't want Theory.
Yeah. I mean, like
Theory'd be horrible.
But they already set up
Theory's just like Theory's LA Knight Part 2. Like it's the same guy.
Here's the thing. Theory, I'll tell you why Theory makes sense. He's like LA Knight, kind of like a punk on the mic, you know, I'm the man. And Theory is a young punk who's got gold, thinks the show is his, thinks he runs everything. Bray Wyatt kind of comes in, plays mind games with him, brings him down, then takes the belt and almost does that promo of like, you know, I run everything. You're not in control of anything, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think it would be.
Brad.
I
agree, Brad.
Yeah, I think it would be dope. I think first of all, it'd be a way to get this belt off of Theory and get this fucking guy out of here. That's number one, right? So I'm sort of like,
I don't think they're going to use Bray to get anybody out of there. I think they're going to use Bray to lift somebody up. Which I kind of agree with Fred here on that. it could be Gunther, because Gunther has that, like, I'm all about the tradition of wrestling, right? Like, I'm all about the tradition of wrestling and the no backflips, and we do the holds, and we do the this, and we do the that. And Bray's kind of like he's the character, he's the gimmick. Yeah. And Gunther's the no gimmick guy, right? So then you have him dismantling Imperium, or my other thought is, does Bray dismantle the Judgment Day for being like posers almost? Like, I'll show you real darkness.
I would like that.
Maybe.
I would like that. I would like
I
that.
could see that after Mania when he has the belt and Judgment Day starts poking at him to get the belt.
I mean, that's true also. That's possible. The other one I was thinking is possibly Karrion Kross. You know, because if they want to give a push,
promos would be so annoying though.
if you want to give a push to Karrion Kross, you can do it through Bray.
Or I mean, that could bury Karrion Kross. That could bury him in a second.
I mean, it could bury him, or it could lift him up. You know what I'm saying? It goes either way.
Because Kross is so bad on the mic, and the spots could be so bad that it would be so much on Bray to carry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it would be so, like, it's so one-sided. It's like early Roman Reigns and John Cena promo.
Yeah.
John Cena carried the whole promo. Without John Cena carrying the promo, Roman Reigns had nothing to say.
Yeah.
Right? At the end, the only thing he could do is, "You're a bitch," right? Like, that's all he could say. And it's like the same. It's the same feel. It's like, I'm gonna get Bray Wyatt, who's a master on the mic, and he's gonna get Kross. And what's Kross gonna do? I don't know. It's tough for me to see.
I'm trying to come up with guys that are kind of in that same vein. That same vein of like what Bray's doing, you know, the darker side of things.
Who's in NXT right now that would be a good match?
Braun Breaker is probably the only one they can bring up as like
one they can bring up, but I don't like him in a feud with Bray though.
You
know,
is he a really big dude, or is he?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I mean, he's Rick Steiner's son. He's built like a Steiner. Yeah, you know. I see, like, Braun Breaker comes up. I see him in more of a feud with like Seth.
Theory.
No, not even Theory. I think he's better than Theory, to be honest with you. You know, Braun Breaker's got that power where he's gonna. I fully expect after Mania Braun Breaker to come up to the full card.
You know whose character I'd like to see fight Bray? Tommaso.
Who's that? Tommaso would be good, man.
Would love to see that
right.
character.
Yeah.
Tommaso
would be good.
He's very stoic. He doesn't have he's very like gritty, and it would be like the immovable object fighting whatever they call the other one. What's it?
Yeah.
Immovable and
the irresistible force.
Yeah. No, what is it?
Like that, yeah.
What is
the unstoppable force.
Unstoppable, and yeah. So
yeah.
It's like, you know, you're just they both just collide, and it'd be awesome. I mean, you know, you could see it. Listen,
well, I was thinking Judgment Day also, because if he is bringing in Bo Dallas to be Uncle Howdy, because that's what we're all thinking that guy is, right? Then he has, you know, possibly a faction he starts building around himself.
Yep.
You know. And then
and you can have Ripley and Bliss go after each other, and you can make it work.
It would have been very nice.
Brad, I mean, I could definitely see that. That's the last thing I'd want to see, though, is Braun Breaker and Lashley. I don't ever want to see Lashley on TV again. Like,
again, please get him out of here. Listen, the feud everyone would have wanted, and we got it for a little bit, and I would love to see it again, is the Demon Finn Balor against Bray Wyatt.
But maybe they break up. He breaks up Judgment Day, and Finn's got to go Demon to take on the new.
By the way, I would love to see the two of them come out, and I'd love to see the Demon in glow in the dark paint and them as tag team partners. That would be
sick too.
That would be great.
You imagine seeing the two of them across the corner looking like they do with the paint? Oh,
maybe
fighting who?
It doesn't matter. The world.
Give me the match.
It
Well, maybe-
Give me your dream match with it.
my
Maybe he
dream
breaks
match-
up Judgment Day and Finn joins the Wyatt family.
That would be dope.
Yeah, listen,
Mm.
for Finn it would be good because of his accent.
Yeah.
But I got him. But but it'd be good because Finn's surrounded by losers as it is right now. But
Yeah.
he definitely I'd like to see that would be a crazy match. I'll tell you right now, there would be no better tag team in the history of tag teams. No better. I don't care.
It'd be a
It
sight.
doesn't
It'd
matter.
definitely be a sight.
Line tag team.
You imagine seeing them, coming out with the belts, the red belts with the red like glow in the dark paint and whatever, and then they're both in the corner, and where the demon would go and he would put his hands up in the corner, the lights turn on, you see Bray turn upside down at the same time with the bro.
Right below him on the same corner. Yeah.
Dude, it would be crazy, man, crazy. But WWE won't do that because they suck at life, so it's fine.
All right. So moving on, because we beat the Bray Wyatt horse into the ground there. The
Love it.
women's championship match, Bianca Belair versus Alexa. This one kind of left me a little flat. I'm not gonna lie. I love both these chicks. Like they put on an amazing. It was a great match.
It didn't leave John flat.
Nothing about the women's side of anything left John flat, but
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the match. I was watching my future wife, Alexa Bliss.
I mean,
Supporting.
it was a good match, but at the end of the day, like I wanted more from Alexa as far as like the Bray stuff, and especially because it was right after the dark match. Like I wanted Uncle Howdy to come out. Like that match is stronger if Alexa's getting her ass kicked the whole time, and then Uncle Howdy comes out, and they do a similar change with Alexa, like with paint or something, with like face paint or something, and she all of a sudden is a new character and wins the title.
She puts Bianca through a table from the top or something.
Yeah, anything. Well, anything. Like just wins the title that way. I think is a much stronger character development for Alexa, but also gives us a good ending to that match because the ending of that match kind of was just it was a match, like AOD, Bianca wins, like, and afterwards it was like the playground, the Death Moth, and Alexa going all crazy.
It didn't make sense. So for me, real quick, we had the pitch black match, right? And then this match was the pitch tent match for John, right? And
that was good.
Thank you.
I'll give you that
one. It, like you said, it was just a normal match, and it's what I didn't like about it was they built up Alexa. Shut up. They built up her character to turn into.
They built up who?
Shut up. They built up Bliss to start like you could. We say it every week. Her face is changing. Like she's turning into this dark character, and she was just Bliss at the match.
I'm
she
sorry.
Was nothing.
What's the wrestler?
Alexa.
Is it, by the way?
Alexa off. Damn it.
One of the many highlights, Liz.
I'm gonna unplug it for the next show. I'm tired of this thing.
I just remember him getting so Alexa, shut up. I was like, yes. It's so because it came out of nowhere. It was like I thought Alexa was actually cutting a promo and he got mad and like told her to shut up, but he actually told his Alexa to shut up. Like it was crazy. Yep. That's awesome.
What do we got here?
Pissed me off.
I'm assuming this is Butters. This is also WWE is waiting on Jay White New Japan contract to be up because Jay wanted to work a match with Gunther because of the one match they had at PW. Like Jay White sucks though. Like I don't need him coming over. And Howdy did come out, but it wasn't shown on pay-per-view.
I think we saw Howdy, but it was
they saw him, but it wasn't
background.
And it was after the match. Like it should have been. It should have been during the match. It was a turning point in the match. Alexa changes, wins the title. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's a stronger ending to it. Like now, I don't know where they go with the storyline. More than likely, Rhea's going to pick Bianca for Mania.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a Bliss match. It wasn't like her new character that she's
Yeah.
been building up to this whole time.
Yeah.
It was strange.
So I mean, that's all we can really say about that match because there really wasn't much there.
Correct.
Going into the Women's Royal
There were
Rumble,
cheeks, though.
or what we will call Cheek Fest, as John would like to say. He made 15 peanut butter sandwiches during this match.
So-
He kept
so much
leaving the
peanut
screen,
butter.
shockingly.
So much peanut butter.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Real quick,
Um,
chunky or smooth?
Always smooth, bro.
Grape or strawberry?
Strawberry.
Depends.
Strawberry.
It depends.
No, dude. It's strawberry all the way. It's not. It depends. Okay,
It
dude.
depends.
We're not talking about tampons today. All right, dude.
I
We're
can go
talking
back and
about
forth. I can go back
peanut
and
butter and
forth.
jelly time. It is strawberry all the way, and it's not out of the
You
jar.
eat that,
It's the
bro. You eat that
squeeze.
many PB and J's that you did last night. You need Depends.
By the-
You're
by the-
a thousand.
By the way, crazy dude. Honestly, I tell you this.
Brad
I go
Evans
on
says,
these-
Alexa, shoosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, facts.
I go on these like peanut butter and jelly tangents, and I hated peanut butter and jellies until I had kids, and then all of a sudden I really like I had my daughter, and all of a sudden, you know, like as a parent, you just don't really get to eat. You're running around, you're taking care of the kids, you're going nuts, whatever, blah blah blah, and then at the end of the night, you're like, fuck, man, my dinner's cold. I don't want to reheat it. It's not the same. I'm late. I have nothing to eat. And one night I threw a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in. I'm playing on Xbox, and I'm like, holy shit, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like it
Have you tried toasting one?
Yeah, toasting is.
You
the
have
go-to.
you haven't tried toasting
You
it?
have to toast
don't
it,
toast
bro.
it. I don't
You
toast
have
it.
to toast
I
it.
don't toast it.
Get up right now, go toast some bread and make a peanut butter and jelly. And
First
thank
of
me
all-
later. Thank me later. It's okay.
First of all,
First, hold up.
Oh,
Uncle Howdy just followed us on Twitch.
yeah.
Just gonna throw
We
that
got-
out
We
there.
got a new subscriber on Twitch, Uncle Howdy.
yeah. Well,
All
Uncle
right,
Howdy-
then.
Solo Sequoia versus Jey Uso. He did stop him from attacking Zayn 2 weeks ago. And then WrestleMania 39, Jay versus Jimmy night 1, then Cody versus Reigns night 2.
Wow.
All right.
Jay versus
Uncle
Jay
Howdy.
Knight.
It seems like
Uncle
Uncle Howdy's
Howdy.
giving us some
Okay.
inside information.
Yeah.
First of
All
all,
right. All right, Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy, I don't care how far off you were with that elbow drop. That's a great piece of information you dropped on us, brother.
Back.
Thank you for that, dude. Thank you for the follow and thank you for the info. By the way, Jay versus Jimmy is unique.
Well,
And I'll
we'll
tell
get
you-
into that. Let's get through the women's Royal Rumble
Yeah.
before we
Okay,
Keep
so the
that
Women's
thought.
Royal
Keep that
Rumble,
thought.
Nia Jax.
the
Nia
worst
Jax.
thing
Done?
they could have done. Yeah, like done. Never come back. Just get
Never
rid of her.
coming
Like
back.
I don't understand why they even brought her back. It was so stupid.
I like the
Again.
fact she brought her back.
I didn't
I-
mind it,
I first
I
of all,
just
I
can't
love
stand her, bro. Like I can't stand her.
but she didn't
She's
look
so
bad
dangerous
in the ring.
I mean, she didn't do anything.
She's dangerous in the ring, bro.
I mean,
because
it was
she's-
a rumble. What do you want
dude,
from her?
she's a monster, you know, like and it's bro. She's not exactly.
Tamina's a
nimble
monster,
on her
but
feet.
she's not dangerous in the ring.
Okay,
Rhea
but
Ripley's a
Tamina-
monster. She's not dangerous in the
but-
ring.
But Tamina doesn't wrestle because she sucks.
Dewdrop's a monster. She's not dangerous in the ring.
Dewdrop doesn't wrestle either.
Neither does Nia Jax.
Shut the fuck up. Dewdrop
True.
doesn't wrestle either. Okay, Nia Jax was a better botch than me.
Way to go, Uncle Howdy, with the joke of the night.
Listen, the only
This is
thing
amazing.
Only thing about it was this: they had an opportunity to bring back this crazy, dominant figure, and they had an opportunity for her to look dominant.
Yeah.
And she comes in the ring. She does this is my ring, a whole thing. Everyone goes nuts. Great. And then they all throw her out. So it was like, okay.
But in that one thing, she cut open Sonya Deville's fucking eyebrow.
Good.
Similar to when she broke Becky's
I
nose
like that
at
though.
Survivor Series before
like it.
Survivor Series.
It adds a little bit of grittiness, bro.
No, but it
Can we
wasn't
get
like,
a little bit
come
of
on, bro.
grittiness?
Did you see Sonya's eyebrow?
Who cares? It's a fucking eyebrow, dude.
I mean, come on, man. She can't be down there splitting chicks' heads open, bro.
Come, bro. First of all, you don't care about your ex-boyfriend Brock Lesnar breaking people's heads open and cutting them open all day long, putting forearms in their heads. Now
No,
you
I
care
thought that
about
was
Nia
wrong
Jax.
too. Like, but that was on
Nah,
purpose.
you-
It was accidental.
You love that. Dude, he cut somebody open. The next thing we know is I step outside my house and I hear you screaming, Brock Lesnar. Nia Jax injures somebody and you hate the spot. Make up your fucking mind already. I'm done with
All
this
right.
guy.
Because Nia's
Give
is
me
on
Uncle Howdy.
accident. We got a few things in this Rumble I thought were done well though. You had a great showing from Liv. Absolutely
Yes.
great showing from Liv Morgan.
100%.
Yes.
Showing that she's one of the top in the business.
She needs more opportunity.
We're continuing this Becky Bailey damage control feud. It looks like we're going with this for a little while longer. Obviously, Becky's going to have to recruit a few people to help her.
It's the new bloodline brawling brutes.
I thought
continue.
Zoe Stark had a great showing coming up from NXT.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
I thought
Lacey
I thought she looked great.
did well.
Lacey did well coming in.
Well.
One of the big ones for me was Asuka.
Asuka
Debuted new face paint. Now I know on the internet right now, everybody's calling it
Must be
Kana.
true.
Yeah, they're calling it the Kana face paint. In Japan, she wore this Kana face paint when she was this character, and it was like the insane murder clown. That's what it was called. And I know last night I got a different feeling from it because it doesn't look like the Kana face paint to me. Because I looked up what her old pictures were, and it doesn't look similar to me at all. This looks to me like an homage to the Great Muta. And Great Muta's last match was this year. She obviously trained under him. He's the one that invented the Poison Mist. So I think it was a mixture of the two, of going back to of the Kana face paint mixed with the Great Muta.
Listen, either way, it was cool.
Means that we're going to get, if it is the Kana character, we're getting a major character change to Asuka, where she's going not even heel, but like vicious, crazy heel, because that's what her Japan character was.
All right. I mean, cool. I'm glad to see her back. She's good in the ring. She's, other than the fact that
she doesn't speak English. I know she doesn't speak English. You hate her.
Thank you. For anybody tuning in, I will never, ever like a character in WWE that I cannot understand on the mic. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm out. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care. You can cancel culture the shit out of me. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. If I can't understand you on the fucking mic, get out of my ring right now. Sheamus, see you later. McIntyre, see you later. Asuka, Shinsuke, see you later. Becky Lynch, shut the fuck up and get out of the ring.
I'm surprised Shinsuke didn't come into the Rumble. Is he that hurt?
I don't know if he's I think they loaned him out to somebody because he was he fought Great Muta for one of his last matches on his last tour. So I don't know what's going on with Shinsuke's contract.
Whatever.
Oh, but Brad said, but you just praised Gunther. He's got an accent.
I said going in, timeout. T's a great letter.
Brad Evans. Brad Evans brought it up.
And it's for timeout and titty. Okay. So first and foremost, Gunther, I said before this, I was not a fan of him, correct? I said going in, I was not, and that's why Zoop actually said it's funny that like I was rooting for him as the night went on, but I don't like him. I didn't like his gimmick, his whole demeanor and the general in the ring and the whole blah 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 and whatever. I've never actually heard him talk. So it was just his character that I didn't like. I've never heard him talk. If he's got an accent, get him the fuck out. Okay? That's out. That's it. And it's if you are telling me right now this guy's got an accent on the mic, I'm so far out on Gunther. To me, he's dead to me. I don't even, whatever he did in the Rumble, it's erased.
I mean, what if Alexa had an accent?
What type of accent?
No,
You just said any.
What type of accent?
Let's say
Can we talk-
she sounds like Becky.
Let me ask you. No, out. No, bro.
Not
you wanna
a
say- first of
chance.
all, Becky's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, and even like off camera when she's doing like the podcast and stuff with Stone Cold, she's super dope.
What if
And
she
I'm
sounds
sure-
like Sofia Vergara?
But when she talks, I can't. I want to punch her in the face. I can't do it, bro. She does it. I get triggered, bro. Two things in this world trigger me:
What happened to you?
Becky Lynch's accent on the mic, and people who
Mario
walk their
trailers.
dogs in strollers. I fucking get triggered, bro. I'm out.
Who-
I can't do it. I'm triggered.
Muddy
So,
World, I agree 100%.
Who hurt you
Sasha Banks,
with an accent?
No, Sasha Banks is unreal. No, Sasha Banks is unreal.
Show us on that
Like,
poster
absolutely
behind you where they hurt you.
No, I'm talking- but it doesn't matter though.
Is
Sasha
Muddy
Banks-
World a new follower? 'Cause I haven't seen that name. I haven't seen that name.
I don't know, but welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming.
Naomi.
I mean,
no,
Muddy,
come
I
on.
honestly I thought Naomi was going to be number 30.
I was hoping
I-
for Naomi to come
I
in.
really
No,
did.
There was no way I thought she was 30. It
I
wasn't.
thought,
even
well, I
something to
mean,
talk about.
I thought she was 30 at when we got to like 25 because like there was running out of time. I was like, I thought she was going to return. So I was
No.
like, oh, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it at 30 type of thing. You know what I mean?
No, it was-
But the women's Rumble match really great ending, I thought.
yeah.
Rhea won. Like it was no surprise there that Rhea was going to win, but she looked dominant the entire time. Like she
took
started
a,
at
She was
one.
the favorite from the start.
Yeah, she was the
took a
favorite from
beating.
the start. Yeah, she took a beating. She definitely got busted open a bunch. Yeah. So it was just a lot of overall, I thought the females did a pretty good job. Like it was a decent Rumble match from them.
Yeah.
Ending really brought it up a couple notches for me. But it was definitely a better showing from the females in the past. What I liked that they didn't do was bring back a shit ton of legends to fill the roster. Instead, they brought up a bunch of NXT chicks, gave them a little bit of a show. Roxanne, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark,
Raquel did great.
Tegan Knox. Yeah, Raquel did great. Roxanne looked great. So I thought it was very smart of them to, instead of like bringing back the Bellas and like, yeah, they had cool, they had Nia Jax, but instead of bringing back like Trish Stratus and Lita and Kelly and all these legends, let's stick to the roster and really make it a show. So
Yeah, but
I like that.
I mean,
What
did
up,
we
Manny? The
did we
guys
not-
are back. Yes,
Man,
yes,
did
we
not-
are. Man, what's going on?
Did you
and
not-
turn on those notifications.
Did you not think? I mean, you don't.
Oh,
you
really,
didn't wanna
Muddy?
see-
That's gonna
You
be
didn't want to
interesting.
see Trish. You didn't want to see Trish Stratus.
I mean, like, listen, I always want to see Trish Stratus, but I'm saying for the
By the
sake of
way,
Rumble,
that's another blonde.
another blonde.
Another blonde.
She has many different hairs. She's brunette right now. Stop it.
She's definitely blonde
Stop
right
it.
now. She's on Canadian's Got Talent.
Listen, you fucks. Here's the thing. Okay?
Why are we gonna be fucks?
First
For
of
anybody
all,
that wasn't watching last night, first off, let's preface
here we go.
this.
Here we go.
For anybody
Here
that
we go.
wasn't watching last night, John started off the night by saying, I'm not really into blondes. And then proceeded for every blonde chick that came out to be like, oh my God, look at her. I need to go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'll be right back. Right? Every
Okay.
single blonde. that
Every-
This man went through 2 loaves of bread last night.
First, okay, dude, listen. First of all, because I'm not into something doesn't mean there's beautiful women of that type. Okay? All right? So if I say that I'm not into blondes, does it mean that I don't want, Alexa Bliss for me to put her in the power bomb position for her just to sit on my shoulders all night and hang out? No, of course I would like to power bomb her. Yes, all day and all night. But
Yeah.
I'm still not into blondes. Just
But
means
see,
I happen to be into this blonde.
you
Hey,
said
what the fucking program?
you complimented one non-blonde female, and that was the
Because of-
ring announcer.
Okay.
Everybody else was,
Okay, guys.
damn, look at her.
Guys, it's first of all, timeout. Okay, if there's no good-looking brunettes there's no one to compliment. Who do you want me to compliment on? Sonya Deville? She's not exactly into gentlemen. Okay, so I don't know what you want me to tell you. What do you want me to say to you? You want me to say, oh, this is the hottest chick to not be into guys? Get with the fucking programs. And by the way, Nia Jax would fit beside you. First of all,
Muddy,
Nia
that's
Jax-
100% true. Nia Jax would
Listen.
fit beside him.
Nia Jax. She's actually pretty. Okay, so watch
Are you
out.
trying to save yourself right now?
Watch out for the girls, okay, I'm just saying, she is just a voluptuous woman. Okay, there's room for
You're
voluptuous
digging yourself
women.
deeper than that peanut butter jar, my guy.
All of you, okay? Just the fact of the matter is, I love brunettes. There's some hot blondes. What do you want me to tell you? Get off me already with this. Jesus, man, I'm getting grilled about this. God, these guys, man, the fucking the hair color police. First of all, StreamYard, do me a favor, shut One Shot's mic off right now. Get him the fuck out of here.
Nah,
That's number
not
one.
happening. You're not
Number
getting lucky
two-
tonight.
Number two, I want
Thank
I
you,
want
Muddy
Alexa,
World. We
I want
appreciate
Alexa
it,
from
brother.
Scythe. I want Alexa from Scythe to turn on right now, okay? And I want Zuplex's stupid
You can
internet to
turn
cut
on
out.
at
All you
all
guys.
night if you want.
I'm tired of you guys already. You know, dude, you stress me. I may have to make a peanut butter and jelly right now. I'm stressed out.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, you're making one because of us.
The end of the
Or
match
you're just thinking
was
about
great.
Alexa Bliss again.
I am. The end of the night, you heard me. I asked my wife earlier if I could find her, but she said no to my peanut butter and jelly and Alexa, so I got screwed twice there. But listen, it's look, you see this? They're all on the table, brunettes, redheads, and blondes.
Muddy,
They're all
that's
on the table.
100% true.
Exactly. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing I tell everyone. Even though I'm 3'5",
Calling up Dia.
even though I'm 3'5", I tell everyone, we're all the same height laying down, guys. Come on. Get with the fucking program. Okay.
We got to get this podcast back on the rails here. We're losing. The Women's Royal Rumble, like we said, Rhea Ripley won. There's going to be big questions answered this week, probably on if she's going after Bianca or Charlotte. My guess is Bianca.
I think Charlotte would be the better match, though.
But she already had a feud with Charlotte, and she hasn't had a feud with Bianca yet. And that's why I think they're going to push her towards Bianca.
Charlotte's too good for everybody.
You might be right, but I could see someone like Liv going after Bianca rather than
I can see Liv going after Charlotte.
That just seems like a mismatch.
God. That seems like a dream match for John.
Yeah,
Two
but
blondes?
but everybody would live. The whole
He's gonna
point
be
of
double
Liv
fisting
is that
peanut butter
everything-
sandwiches.
Yeah, but the whole point of Liv is that everything's a mismatch, right? That's her character. Is she's
Yeah,
the
but,
constant underdog.
Every time someone says dream match for me, the only thing I can think of in my head is Nudie Magazine Day. Nudie Mag. I don't know why. It just pops in my head. When you were talking, that's what I was singing in my head. Nudie Magazine Day. Liv Morgan.
We just had a 20-minute conversation about blondes.
No, but I ain't hearing Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss in the same ring. I'm gonna Billy Madison the hell out of that. Come on, guys. Can we move on from this match?
All right,
I need an explanation of what you just said.
No. We can't put another 20 minutes on what John just said. Let's move on to the bloodline, please. There's no blondes inside it unless you count Sami Zayn.
Gave me
I think I get
Forrest
it.
Whitaker eye.
It's John in the tub with the conditioner and the shampoo that says Liv and Alexa on them. And they're like, Liv is better. No, Alexa is better.
The hair is silky and smooth. Hey man, you know,
Zuplex left his own show. It's off the rails.
Being held hostage on my own podcast right now.
Hey, man. Listen, let's go.
Oh,
let's
Good to
go.
see you, Mr. Penguin. So sorry to interrupt.
Yep, that's it, bro. I love it. Let's
Man.
Going on to the bloodline.
let's go to the bloodline.
Go to the
reason why we're all
bloodline.
here. Acknowledge him.
Bloodline.
I
Acknowledge him right
refuse.
now.
I refuse to acknowledge.
Acknowledge him right now.
Fight
Don't
Owen
Acknowledge
fight.
Jay.
Fight.
Acknowledge
your
Jay
tribal
Uso.
chief. Acknowledge your
Jay Uso.
tribal chief right now.
So
He's not my tribal chief.
not my tribal chief. So now we have. We're gonna bury the ending here. We have the fracturing of the bloodline. That's all the really match came down to. Was KO getting the shit kicked out of him. It was a good match up
Literally.
until, like, yeah.
Fucking literally.
That end, I'll tell you right now. When they slammed him on the steps, like, that was uncomfortable for all of us to watch. We were all like, "Oh my god!" And it was hard to see that keep going. And I think they did a great job because of that. You know, they really made us all feel that in the ring. You know what I mean?
First of all, I was disgusted. I was when that first one when he threw KO's head back against those steps. I was genuinely actually sick. Like like sometimes you see a spot in a match, you're like, and it's you just feel it. And I was sick to my stomach, dude. I'm like, that was ugly. And then he did it again, and obviously the second time looked like how the first time should have looked, right?
Yeah.
But the first one was just, it was bad. And then he gets in the ring, he's holding his head the whole time, whatever, theater. But like, it was definitely brutal.
Very true, buddy.
And the match was good. The match was good. The match ended the way it was supposed to end. Roman winning. We were going back and forth the whole time. I think the only thing we cared about was the off storyline, where Sami Zayn was going to go, what was going to happen. The titles were irrelevant to us. And it was.
But see, like that, to your point, though, right? Because it looked so bad, and we were able to feel like all of that for KO. That's what made the Sami turn believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it really looked uncomfortable for anybody to watch.
Yes.
So now you hand the chair to Sami, and it's like he can't do this. Like look at how beat up this guy is. Like that's what made the turn believable. That's what made the turn able to happen. Was the shots on the stairs and them handcuffing him and beating the ever living crap out of him for 10 minutes. That was storytelling to the nth degree in wrestling right there.
Dude, how good is Sami right now? How good is Sami right now?
Sami's amazing. Sami's amazing right now. And that storyline ended great. Yes, I said last night I was a little disappointed that they ended it here at Rumble because I wanted
too early.
I thought it was a little early. I wanted this to extend to Mania, but we got to see where this is going to lead now.
It's still going on.
No, I know, but I feel like Sami and KO are going to be completely out of it.
True, Muddy. It's true. Muddy said Sami has a real bloodline, and that's what KO. And it is true. I mean, listen, I tell you, Jay's reaction when he was like smacking his hand, and he was like, "I called you my brother," and he's screaming in his face, and you could see it. It's funny because all of them, they were so in their element last night, right? And like even Roman, when he puts his, he's smacking him in the face, and he puts his forehead on his forehead, and he's screaming at him, and he's like, you can go be with him and do jackass shit, or you can, and he's like, they're yelling at him, and it's you can see, and this is just how great this whole thing has been. They have pushed each other so far past the brink of what any storyline would give them that it's so real. They're with family. They're with real family. Sami is doing something, just like Money said, with KO, who really is like his guy, right? They're true friends in real life. They're really family for all intents and purposes. Weddings and kids and the whole 9 yards. There's such a backstory, and it's like they got to do this together. Bro, that is such a once in a lifetime. That's such a Rick and Scott Steiner the Heart Foundation. It's such a small opportunity, and you can physically see it. Jay was so emotional, bro. Jimmy was emotional. Roman Reigns was beside himself. And bro, do we have to say Paul Heyman was fucking phenomenal? His reactions, his comments. There's no crying in the
Paul
bloodline.
Heyman, bro.
There's no
Paul
crying in the
Heyman's a
bloodline.
goat.
There's no crying in the bloodline.
That was amazing.
It's bro, it's so organic and it keeps us captivated. And it literally just it's like wow, right? It's wow. This is insane. So it's Muddy said if Kevin and Sammy was building a bloodline, who would fit number 3? Is there a number 3? He said, I'm going with Braun Breaker. I know it sounds far-fetched.
I don't know about
What
Braun,
if
man.
Carmelo Hayes was replaced for Jey Uso? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you can't force a third.
Yeah.
I think we see
I
that a
think if
lot.
it's
I
gonna
think
be-
sometimes.
In all honesty, if it's going to be someone
think-
that joins Sammy and Kevin, it would have to be somebody that they came up with from the indies.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'd go Tommaso Ciampa.
I think Jay's still going to be with Sammy.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't think, dude. I'm going to be honest with you.
In all honesty, I think Sammy and Kevin are completely out of the bloodline storyline now.
Yeah, I do too. I
Yeah.
do too. I think obviously there's going to be ripple effects here because you're going to see some
Yeah.
animosity. You're going to see some build up. We're going to see it.
It's going to shift completely to Jay versus Roman.
But
No, they built the Jay and Sammy storyline way too well right there to just be like, all right, he's done.
no, it's not that he's saying he's not done, but like we're going to see other, things, branches come off this because here's the thing, dude. First of all, we got 2 months for WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
After WrestleMania, Roman ain't champ no more. The bloodline, this thing is gone. Solo Sikoa is going to be his own guy, right? They're going to try and move him as his own dude. The Usos are losing the belts, and it's
Yeah.
very apparent how are they going to lose the belts because they really are pretty much the most dominant tag team in WWE, the most. Without a doubt, their in-ring ability, their storyline, the way they work together, their
I agree,
combo
Brett.
moves, everything is incredible. The fact of the matter is this is their way of breaking up and getting the belts away from them.
Yeah.
And just like Brad said, there's so many options. You don't have to limit it. You don't have to, you look at it and you're like, this is what's going to keep everyone captivated. On Monday night, does Jay come down to the ring and Roman confronts him now, or does he not even show up? Now they're doing a show without him. Are we waiting the whole show and see if Jay comes to save Sammy if he's in the ring? We don't know anymore. So
Yeah.
that's what makes it dope,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you
I
think's
think
going to happen?
100%.
Chiefs won with the last second field goal.
Yeah, it was trash.
Yes.
It was
I
trash.
think, personally, I think at Elimination Chamber, I think Sammy and KO win the tag team belts off one of the tag team belts off the Usos.
Yep.
The main reason why I think this is because Elimination Chamber is in Montreal.
I don't know. I think we saw some foreshadowing when Sammy and Jay won.
100%.
I think that was foreshadowing for some future
100%.
fucking tag run.
I can totally see the Usos losing their SmackDown titles because of this tournament that's going on. They're going to lose to probably Braun and Ricochet, right?
No, I think
That's
it's going to
what
be
I think.
Imperium because then
That'll
you
be
set
fun,
up
but-
Imperium and Gunther as the tag champs and Intercontinental champ.
Yeah,
they hold those
It's
belts.
not. It wouldn't be my pick. I'll say that. But either
I
way,
mean,
they're going to
I-
lose a title no matter who it is.
Not saying I want Imperium to win. I'm just saying I think that's the way they're going to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to lose that belt for that tournament. And then I have a feeling that there's going to be so much back and forth between Jay and Jimmy that I guarantee Jimmy just lays his half of the title down and says, I don't want to be your partner. And I don't care. And he just
Is it
walks away
Jimmy
from
that does
Jay.
it, or is it Jay that's going to do it? Jason be like, look, I don't want to be a part of your shit. He
No,
lays
I
it
think
down.
Jay's gonna do it, and Sammy's gonna step in as Jay's fucking partner to defend the titles from here on out. That's what I think is gonna happen.
No, I don't think that's happening at all. I don't think so because I think
Jay and Sammy are too close now.
I don't
they've
think
been building this.
What do you think happens tomorrow? Let's not go all the way to the future. What do you think happens tomorrow? Who's getting confronted? Do you think Jay is getting confronted, or do you think Sammy is?
I don't think. I think they're going to leave it for SmackDown personally.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen on SmackDown? I think
Is it Jay or Sammy?
I don't think Sammy shows up. I think it's just Jay and Roman.
I think Sammy does show up. I think
I think
they go to do something with Jay. Sammy shows up. Maybe KO shows up, and they save Jay from getting his fucking ass beat. Furthering this storyline.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. You want to know, and Johnny Butter said, man, read the chats, right? I don't want to read the blogs or the chats. I don't want to, bro, part of what made wrestling growing up, what it did was we didn't have social media to read chats. We got to see it organically. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Right now, we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow because there's so many possibilities. And bro, that's amazing. It's an amazing feeling to finally go into a Raw, to a wrestling event and say, holy shit, dude, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. Bro, for the past 10 years, we could write the story. So it's by the look at this. You see what Muddy
Nia Jackson, Piper Niven.
Piper Niven. Yeah. By the way, listen. Hey, a little. What do you call them?
PB and J.
I would need a dump truck for that. Yeah.
No, but I think you said it best, man. Like we finally don't have a predictable storyline, and I think that's what makes this a great storyline to have. Like, look, we've just been
the best
20 minutes. We've been going back and forth trying to figure out like which way this is going to go, and we just really have no concept about how this is going to break down.
The fact that they gave us what was expected, even though that me and you, Zoop, agreed that it was too early, the Sammy turn, but it was all expected that was going to happen at some point.
Yes.
The fact that we got the J turn that last night, that was the even bigger surprise, I feel like. And there's gonna be I think tomorrow, I think they show up. I don't think we wait till SmackDown. I think everyone's in the building, and we're gonna get some fireworks.
Bro, the Raw post big events, the big four are always out of control.
Yeah, they are.
They're almost like the big event itself. And I think I definitely it's crazy, but I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do this, tomorrow with Sammy and Kevin and Jay and Roman. But I can tell you one thing: it is gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be must-see TV, and that is something that I cannot wait to see.
Absolutely,
cannot wait. Muddy, we actually did a whole Bray Wyatt segment earlier in the show. You think
you'll be able to watch this back also, Muddy? Like once we post, once we're done going here, it'll be saved up on our YouTube. So you'll be able to watch back what we thought about the Bray stuff. But we're not sure if Bray's going to show up tomorrow or not. I would love to see him show up. I would love to see him show up. We kind of talked about that. We're pretty sure that we're going to find out who Bray's next feud is with this week, whether it be on Raw or SmackDown.
You know why I think more that is going to happen on Raw is because they have the extra hour to play with. They can pump out more promos.
Absolutely.
Correct.
The only reason I think they're going to save a lot of the Bloodline stuff for SmackDown is because SmackDown's ratings are lower. and I feel like they're going to push the bigger storyline to the lower rated show so that they can boost the ratings of SmackDown a little bit. So maybe we get them tomorrow, but we don't really get any answers till Friday, you know?
Yeah.
Overall, one shot. What was your grade for
Overall?
Overall, yeah. We gave
I'll
ours
give it a
like
9. What was your? You leave my naps alone. Give it like a 9, a 9.4.
a 9?
9
the highest grade of the night.
That is the highest grade.
That's a strong take that none of us care about, but strong. And I love to hear it.
I'll tell you right now,
9.4
one shot. You were the only one above a 9.
overall.
The whole bloodline ending. Just
No, it was. Listen,
As
it did it for me.
As great as that ending was.
Buddy says 7-7.
Yeah.
7 is pretty good for that. I see for us on a scale from
8-7
on a scale
for
to
Brad.
10.
That's what I said, Brad.
So Brad
I said
says
8.7
8.7. Zoop said
I said
8.7. Scythe and I
8.2.
said 8.2. One shot who's got a fever said 9.4. It's by the way, if anything different happens at WrestleMania, you may say 12 out of 10. Oh shit.
hey, maybe you never know.
You know, but you see, this is what happens when your expectations, like one shot, are Nia Jax and I'm Alexa Bliss. See, it's tougher to get to my expectations. You see,
I don't.
Much
As
tougher.
long as they're blonde, I don't think you have expectations. That bar is really low
boys.
about your height.
Listen, I'm glad the four of us got an opportunity. I definitely am glad the four of us had an opportunity because we were on. Dude, it was.
We did a 4.5 hour live stream for this last night.
The stream yesterday
Yeah.
was real. That was real. I don't think
That was
I've
a
ever
great time.
It was grueling. I mean, we were seeing beads of sweat from one shot's head. I mean, it was, you know, we had to sit through Hardy. That's enough said. Enough
That
said.
was fucking horrible.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I bring it down to a 9. I forgot about him. Oh, fuck me.
Actually,
That was
Fred,
terrible.
give me a close up, Fred. Give me a close up.
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah, give me the close up. Hunter, listen. Don't ever do that again. Just hear us out here on the Oversell podcast, greatest wrestling podcast in the world. Don't ever bring that weirdo Hardy onto a live event again. Don't waste our time. Terrible.
Don't do it ever again.
I would rather see Elias come
Lame.
out and do a show.
Or Triple
Yeah.
H, I'll tell you right now, dude, if you do it, you know where you're going, right? You just made the list.
All right, that's it for us on the Oversell podcast. Make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. Everything on GGEN. We got new content coming out every day. Great stuff coming your way. Wrestling content is going to be. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We're going to be going overtime on this stuff. I'm telling you,
it's
right
going to be
now.
spicy all the way to WrestleMania.
Spicy all the way to
Spicy.
WrestleMania. We're going to be. Are we doing another live stream for Elimination Chamber?
Why not?
I'm in for it.
I don't see why not, right? So we're going to
Yeah.
be live streaming the premium live events. You guys can follow on watch party with us, you know, get in the chat, all that good stuff. A bunch of stuff coming your way from GGEN. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on all socials. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. Make sure you follow our TikTok, Instagram. We might as well make a LinkedIn at this point. Love you guys all. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in the chat. Muddy World, thank you for jumping in. Bunch of
chat was on fire tonight.
Uncle
Shout out to
Howdy,
chat.
Uncle Howdy joined us on Twitch, man.
Uncle
Howdy
Howdy.
joined us on Twitch.
Yeah.
Muddy World jumps out of nowhere, jumps in with us. Welcome in. We got
Brad,
Brad,
Butters,
we got Manny, we got
Manny.
Butters, dude. We were on fire tonight. Thank you for everyone. Honestly, it's great to interact with us, but it's much better to interact with you guys. So
Absolutely.
thank you for making it exciting, and we'll see everybody later, man.
Deuces. We out.
We out.